Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well after an amazing practical cartography day. I'm going to chat with you over the next few minutes about the Atlas of Design, the 5th volume. I am one of 4 editors, just the live one right now, chatting with you all. The other editors are NACIS, who is a freelance cartographer in Minneapolis who has been making maps and managing publications since 1989. Brooke Marston, who's a cartographer in the Office of the Geographer in Global Issues at the U.S. Department of State. Carolyn Rose, a GIS specialist and cartographer at the Wisconsin Geological and Natural History Survey, and myself, and I'm a senior map designer at Mapbox. And of course, in all our bios, we talk about all the other things we like doing in our free time, but I won't read all of that for you now. So we have been the editors the past 2 years, 2018 to 2020, and we are really excited to get the book in your hands. Right now, it is at the press getting printed as we speak, but it turns out Atlas of Design has existed for a decade. That is right, 10 years. Time flies, everyone. I don't know how many people might have the first volume, but you've had that volume for 8 years, and the 2 extra years of its production is the full decade. So how did it all start? I figured the 5th volume deserved, and a decade deserved a little look back in time, especially for all the new folks joining us in this virtual conference, since there's more than 800 people I heard earlier this morning from Mamata. So as a student board member at NACIS, Tim Wallace was tasked with coming up with a plan to create a map anthology similar to Nick Springer's previous 2 editions of Cartography Design Annual, and Daniel Huffman worked near Tim Wallace, and they chatted about this project often. And eventually, Daniel worked with Tim to help create the first Atlas of Design. Their sort of purpose statement was that they would honor and highlight those works which have the most to teach us about improving our craft. It will inspire readers both within the field and without towards new understandings of design and of the power that a well-crafted map can have. In an age when more and more mapping tasks are being turned over to computers, this book will provide one more answer to the question, what do cartographers do? Essentially, the Atlas of Design was a labor of love from Tim Wallace and Daniel Huffman that has continued for a decade. Starting with their first volume, this is just a few of snippets of the maps from the 2012 volume, volume 1. 2014 was published 2 years later. Wow, 2 days would be kind of insane. 2 years later, 2016 also produced another wonderful volume. And 2018, the last volume, sold out very quickly within its announcement. And all volumes, you can go site here. If you are interested in getting any of the previous volumes, you can order volumes 1, 2, and 3 from the Atlas of Design website. And then volume 4 is currently sold out, but you can sign up on a waitlist email so that when it is published, you'll be notified right away, so you can get your copy as soon as it is reprinted. Just wanted to throw that out there because I know many people often ask where they can get the previous volumes, but you're here to hear about the 5th volume. Well, I'm happy to start telling you about it. If you haven't been following the Twitter or any of the newsletters, Leo is doing an awesome foreword in this particular volume, just reflecting on the past 40 years of NACIS. We're really excited to have that in there because the Atlas of Design is directly related to NACIS, and it wouldn't exist without NACIS. So I hope you're looking forward to reading a little bit of Leo's reflections. And as Nat, Brooke, Carolyn, and I were really struck by this year's submissions and the variety of production and design technologies that were the maps for this volume. We kind of asked ourselves, in seeing all the maps, how tools we use and the frameworks we work within affect us and our work. And as a result, for this volume's forward, we also asked several longstanding NACIS members for their thoughts on technologies used in their work or studies. So that's this volume's forward as well. So I just wanted you all to get out what you'll get to read there too. A little different than previous forwards. And before diving into just some examples of maps, just a huge thank you to every single one of you who submitted a map, who got excited, who really every year continue to give us and really are the reason why this publication can continue. without people submitting maps and making really awesome maps, we wouldn't have these atlas volumes. We wouldn't be able to showcase everything that is done globally. Thank you. And from the 450 maps, we managed to narrow it down because of our wonderful judges who took the time to slowly and carefully look through all these maps. So very huge thank you to judges Anton Thomas, Daniel Huffman, Ian Muhlenhaus, Julianne Crone, Lauren James, Lauren Tierney, Madison Draper, Megan Kelly, Tim Wallace, Tom and Vicki Johnson. Couldn't have done it without you. Really important to have judges so that the editors can only edit the publication and not make any decisions on our end. And also, if you ever want to be judging for future atlases, please feel free to reach out, email or Twitter, and we'll be happy to take down your names for future volumes. So what's in this volume? Well, these are the final 31 maps that you will get to see if you buy this map. We have, as I noted before, a variety of maps that depict a variety of ways of seeing the world, from reminiscing on the way maps and vintage maps. This, of course, many people know maps, so I wanted this to be the first one I showed. This is Kingle by Misty B. Actually, a map, a world, a place that she made up, but it's very much centered around real world geographies and, of course, based off of aesthetics of vintage maps. In this volume, we also have wonderful examples, as always, from storytelling places from such as newspapers. So this is the Blessed Jafar region, the Frankincense Trail snippet. This is actually a map series. And Antonio Farrak et al. There are many other authors, and they're all listed in the publication, and this is from the Times of Oman. And then, of course, we have very detailed maps such as this from Soren Waljasper, A Chronicle of Craters. And this map actually is not a real world place. Soren very meticulously thought about the geographies of how elevations and biospheres and such are affected based off of things that you're seeing. And it's really wonderful of how geographers making maps and making new maps that of places that don't exist can really cool like fantasy maps. And Dave Immas's map of the essential geography of Oregon is also another great example of maps that are included in this volume, the kind that we love to stare at because of the level of detail that is in every inch. So look forward to reading that when you your Atlas of Design. This is one final example, the Divided Globe Triptych, Segment and Pulls Apart from Lorraine Rutt. I think this piece is really cool. I wish that you could touch it pages as well, because it obviously has a very 3D sort of tactile feel to it. Nice, as the NACIS phrase goes. What are you waiting for? If you haven't ordered yet, I hope you order now, because we're really excited to get it into your hands. And one final note before I sign off, this is all to say the author and title of the last map on here. This is a new and complete of the inside passage covering the journey from Bellingham to Juneau, including the principal islands, settlements, passages, etc. by Daniel P. Huffman, who we all know and love. Bye.